Hey everybody, you're watching a physio named Jonah. That's this guy. Wanted to share something with you today that I thought of while Nicole and I were out running. Running is a sport that has a very high rate of pain and injury among those who do it. This problem is there for those who are just starting out running, but also those who have been running for years. In today's video, I wanted to share with you a bit of a blend of my professional approach to running and injuries, but also my personal experience with it and how this has impacted my own relationship with running. If you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button down below and clicking the bell so you are notified when I release new videos just like this one. I'm a Canadian physiotherapist who makes videos on physio topics like running, so if learning about your body and how it moves is interesting to you, stick around and we will get along just fine. So let's start with the idea of today's video. It is a simple idea, so brace yourself for simplicity. Don't outrun your body. Don't outrun your body. Now that is a sentence as simple as it is obtuse, which feels like a physical extension of my internal psyche, especially as it pertains to physiotherapy. What I mean by don't outrun your body is don't push yourself with running in a way that your body isn't ready for. This could look like building up your mileage too fast, doing too much distance too quickly, you are increasing your speed too quickly, you're trying to run too far too fast, or maybe there's a pain that's developing, your body is telling you that it's not really loving something, and we continue to push anyway. Guilty as charged. Most runners experience some form of this. Well, I should say, most runners that I've met professionally, I know personally, and oh yes, of course, me. And I think this is because running is all based off of external metrics. We're thinking about how far we're running, how fast we're running, and it's very easy to become so fixated on these external things that we stop really thinking about how our body itself feels. I'll give you a theoretical of what this could look like for someone outrunning their body, and then I'll share my own personal experience with it. Let's use somebody who's been running for about 20 kilometers each week. Now, each week they're able to maintain this mileage, they do some faster runs, they do some slower runs, and they've been able to complete it effectively. But they have started to notice a bit of a nagging knee pain. This knee pain has slowly been getting worse over the past few weeks to the point where now it's hurting in between runs, it's kind of there all the time, and it's definitely worse when they are running. But they are still able to run 20 kilometers. The running program that they're on has them increasing their weekly mileage to 25 kilometers per week as of next week. Now, do we think they should continue this, given the fact that they have been developing a pain more frequently over their past few weeks of running? Probably not, because yes, they've been able to complete their mileage as it was assigned. They've run 20 kilometers per week and they've been able to do it, some faster runs, some slower runs, but this has come at the cost of an increasing pain in their body that is now extending past the experience of running itself. This would definitely be a case where the body is telling us to slow down or change something before increasing the intensity of what we're doing. And yet many runners that I know, and likely you know, would still increase their mileage because although their body isn't feeling good and is clearly not ready for that increase, they want to hit the mileage jump that they've been assigned to do. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to outrunning your body. Pushing past what it feels like your body can successfully do in hopes of achieving some external metric. Now, on to my experience with this. So, story time. When I was but a wee young lad back in high school, I did a lot of running. I ran cross country, I ran track, and I ran a lot just as workouts for the sports that I was playing at the time. I had a pretty unfortunate back pain issue when I was in grade 9 that kept me out of a lot of my sports, but this resolved by grade 10 and really didn't pose much of an issue when I was in grade 11 or grade 12. So I was feeling great about how much running I was doing and how my running was going. I was fast, I felt like I was competing well, and then I went away to university at Ottawa. So instead of consistently running like I had been, I was now inconsistently running, like fairly inconsistently running. And unfortunately, the back pain that I'd had in grade 9 when I was running and when I was moving started to come back after my runs. Well, okay, that's a lie, actually. My back pain would come back during my run, but I would push through anyway because I wanted to hit the mileage and time that I had been running back when I was in high school. So I ignored the back pain, and I kept running at the same intensity. I repeated this for the first few years of my undergraduate in Ottawa, and my relationship with running just got worse and worse. Every time I would go, I would push myself really, really hard to try and go for the distances and the times that I used to do in high school. But I wasn't consistently running those anymore, so my body was not ready for them. And because of this, my back would start to hurt like crazy during the run, but I kept pushing anyway, which made my back hurt after the run, and the back pain would then linger for days to a week, so I wouldn't be running during that time. Then the next time I go out running, which it had been a while before since I ran the last time, I would then push hard again. And so the cycle would continue where every time I ran, I was pushing really, really hard, trying to do really fast mileage and a lot of it, and it hurt. And it hurt after. And it was really bad. I was outrunning my body every single time I went running. I was pushing myself in a way that my body was not ready to control, and it hurt me every time. Pretty badly, actually. Like, the pain was really, really unpleasant. And that became my association with running, was running is this painful thing that I feel pain during and I feel pain afterwards. So I slowly started doing less and less of it. I was outrunning my body so much during my runs that I didn't want to do it anymore because it hurt and it sucked. And why would I want to feel like I did after running or during running? What was the point? By the time I finished my undergraduate degree and went to physio school, I was not running pretty much at all with any kind of regularity. Sure, I'd run for sports or something, but going for a run or doing a running activity, no, not gonna happen. And this was all because of outrunning my body so hard that it hurt so much that I no longer wanted to do it. I actually really hated running for a while. It was really painful and I had a very negative relationship with it. But then, in fall of 2019, I started a return to running program with my lovely fiancée Nicole. And I decided that I would actually just listen to my body and start slow and build from where I was at. I think this is where being in physio school and being in the rehab world was really helpful because it let me sort of get out of that competing, really high intensity mindset that I had been raised in with running and shifted my view on it a fair bit. When Nicole and I restarted this running program, we would go down to the local Planet Fitness down from where we lived in Toronto. We would run on the treadmill for 10 minutes total. And in that 10 minutes, we would be alternating 2 minutes of walking and 1 minute of running. Internally, I was pretty upset and embarrassed about how little I could do successfully at that point compared to where I knew I had come from. But slowly, as I allowed my body to get accommodated to what it was doing, and increased a little bit, and increased a little bit more, I went to 1 minute and 1 minute, and then 2 minutes of running, and then 5 minutes of running, and then, oh, we can do 10 minutes of running now. As we built up slowly, adding more mileage, adding more speed, adding more intensity, we were able to build without my back pain flaring up and becoming something that I couldn't tolerate. It was pretty much not there at all. Today, right before I filmed this video, Nicole and I went out for a 5-kilometer run, just casually, on a Wednesday evening. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but from where I started at with outrunning my body, the thought of doing a 5-kilometer run just during the week and sitting here, not in excruciating back pain, is incredible. And I do not take that for granted. And this lack of back pain, this improvement that I've had, is all because I stopped outrunning my body. I stopped pushing it in a way that it wasn't ready for. I had to actually listen to it. I didn't like doing it for a while. It wasn't easy, but I'm so much happier in my relationship with running now than I used to be. Running means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Maybe my story resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't at all because your goals or what you do with running is completely different, and that is okay. But many runners in their life will brush up against this concept in some form. It is possible to build your running, build your mileage, build your body and what it can do in a way that doesn't have to be excruciatingly painful or damaging to your body. But it may take slowing things down. It may take changing something so that you are not outrunning your body and pushing past what it is comfortably able to do at that time. To my runners out there, I hope you all are loving your running life, having a great relationship with running, and enjoying it. But should you brush up against this concept where something isn't feeling right, your body's not responding the way that it should, I hope that you remember this concept. Not outrunning your body as a framework of how you can change something, slow down, guide yourself moving forwards, so you don't work yourself into a situation where you build a negative relationship with running. On that note, leave me a comment down in the comments section about your experience, whether it be a success story of a change with running or what your relationship with running is now, how you have learned to not outrun your body, or if that's something you're currently struggling with. I also hope that you enjoyed this video and that maybe it could have changed a bit of your perspective about running and can help you have a really positive relationship with running as you continue to train or start training. Who knows? But on that note, guys, most importantly, as always, move your body, have a laugh today, and I will see you at the next video.